I did not know I was funny.
I don't know what your podcast is called, but it would be like paving new roads.
What's going on, brother?
Back at it. You know, I was thinking about the first podcast I started that failed miserably.
Yeah.
It's called Where Are We Going Now? And you were one of my, that was like 9 years ago now.
Yeah, and we weren't going anywhere, dude. It was great.
We are literally just a mile from where that podcast was. Thank you so much for coming out.
Yeah,
dude.
Thanks for having me, man. Fucking always.
For the listeners, if you don't know Willie, this guy is fucking crushing it right now. He is on the Instagram platform Good Fridays, right? That's what it's
Almost
called?
Friday.
Almost
Yeah,
Fridays. Which
Good Friday is our Catholic subsidiary.
They're very funny. The kid's been blowing up. Please follow his stand-up if you haven't already. Maui native.
Yeah, dude.
What's it like being a white kid growing up in Maui?
It's fun. It's like I feel like it's like being from Boston a little bit. You know, you're getting into a lot of fights and yelling at people, and it's a good time, dude.
Is there a lot of racism?
You get to borrow a lot of culture that isn't yours. It's fucking awesome, dude. I love it. White people don't have culture? Like, well, look at what I stole, okay?
Yeah.
What is that?
I'll show you to call me a Howie. So you're growing up, and you were living with your moms, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, and my dad, too. They're divorced, but yeah. Grew up with both of them.
And your dad's like a real man's man, right?
Not really. He's just tall. He's a big guy.
Handsome.
You know? Yeah. He's a tall, handsome guy.
What does he do? What does he do for work?
He does real estate.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, your mom was the man's man.
Yeah. My mom she taught me how to throw a spiral. She taught me how to chop wood. I'm not even kidding. She taught me how to lay bricks. My dad's like, I'll fucking call a guy. My mom's like, this is how you do it.
Are either of them funny?
My dad's really funny, yeah. So is my mom, but my dad's like fucking sharp as hell. My grandpa was really funny too.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And
he was like this dude from Brooklyn, like in like the 40s, you know, so he was like, he had that New York quickness.
Your grandfather.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you do have a lot of East Coast in you from being from Maui.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know you got a lot of ties back there, and you can tell with you sometimes.
Yeah. I think, honestly, if you talk to anyone from Hawaii, you'd see that, though. You know, it's like, I think Hawaii is an East Coast state. I've said this before on different podcasts, but yeah, it's like, it's very much, it's not a West Coast state. You move to fucking the West Coast, and I was like, everyone's a fucking pussy. Not like in Maui, dude. No,
you can't have that many dudes with tribal tattoos and be pussies.
Yeah,
right?
exactly, dude.
That's not how it works.
You gotta earn those. Those are fucking rite of passage.
Did your parents, were they cool with you when you were like, I want to do comedy, this is what I'm going to do?
No, they didn't want me to do it at all.
Because you went to college. You were like, to do real things and get real degrees.
Not really. I went to college I was already doing stand-up when I left for college, and so I wanted to go to a city that had stand-up, and so that's why I went to Seattle. But I was there and pretty much just mostly doing comedy and kind of fucking around.
Did you go into comedy right out of college?
It was in high school I started.
You started in high school?
Yeah.
How?
I had this place called Stella Blues. I had to get a fucking, like one of those, like, you ever work at a restaurant when you were a teenager?
No.
It's like you have to get this like license to carry alcohol or serve alcohol, and it was one of those things. I had to get like a server's license to do stand up and fucking Stella Blues. My mom took me like 6 a.m. I'll never forget that. It was really nice. Shout out, mom.
So did you get it just to do stand up, or were you also like working at restaurants?
I was also working at restaurants at the time. Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah. That's how you ruin a kid. Just send him into a restaurant way before he's ready for the
What kind of restaurant was it?
It was like it's a place called Cafe LA. It's still open. I still go all the time when I'm back home.
Cafe LA?
Yeah. Cafe LA, dude. It's great. But it's like kind of like Hawaiian food, but like a little higher class, like higher like recipes.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But
locals are going there, or is it like tourists?
It's like half and half.
Oh,
a lot of locals go, especially for like the lunch. They got there's a fish special I get every time, dude. $17, dude. It's amazing.
Dang, that's not bad. And what were you doing in the restaurant?
I was bussing.
Yeah.
I was bussing and trying to bang one of the waitresses. It didn't happen. But.
Isn't that every busboy's story? You're
Yeah,
just trying
exactly.
to bang the waitress.
I mean, like, also, put yourself in her shoes. Like, she's going to fuck the 17-year-old busboy.
She's like
like
a 45-year-old mom.
She was like 29. She had shit going on.
She had bills.
Yeah, exactly. She had a kid.
Yeah. that you played video games with. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Hanging out with your mom a lot, dog.
Were you the only busboy, or?
No, it was like me and then this Mexican dude. I can't remember his name right now. And then this Filipino guy. And they were both like 40-something. And I was like a teenager. And I love those guys, dude. Those guys ripped.
Isn't it crazy how, like, when you have a job as a kid, your best friend ends up being like a middle-aged fucking it's from a completely different walk of life, and you're like, I don't want to be this guy, but he's so fucking cool.
Yeah, dude. This guy oh yeah. Okay, that's why I was blown out. That makes sense. I was sucking on the mic pretty hard.
Yeah, well, we watched Bruce Valanche do it earlier, so
is this his?
Yeah, you got AIDS though.
Fuck yeah, dude. Sorry, I had
it.
But we had yeah, there was this one guy, the Filipino dude. I found out his like nephew was my buddy Gerson years later.
Oh,
and
wow.
I was like, I think I was like smoking weed at his place, and he walked in, like my buddy from work walked in, and I was like, oh, fuck.
And you were like, wow, this is strong. Yeah. So you were busboying, you're hanging out with these two grown men. What do you guys do to pass the time there?
I guess you just fucking. I would drink 5-hour energies because it would make the shift go faster.
Oh, okay.
So I'd take like one of those and it would wear off in like 2 hours, and I'd take another one. I was just like kind of microdosing meth, basically. You're like fucking like. Just,
you're like, it'd be better if I did this job cracked out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's like also like I'd smoke because you get a break if you smoke.
Yeah.
They get rewarded for it. You know what I mean? So I was like 16 years old, fucking smoking cigarettes outside with these guys.
What were your cigarettes of choice at 16?
It was yellow American Spirits.
Really?
Yeah.
What
because they're healthy. They're good for you.
Yeah. They're healthy like Diet Coke's healthy.
Yeah, exactly.
That's so funny.
You want to take care of yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't know what you're putting in.
Yeah. Just listen. The yellow pack offsets the 5-hour energies, and we all know that.
Everyone knows Native Americans are the healthiest demographic of people living in America.
That's what they're known for. Everybody says it. So you worked there until you went to college, or
yeah?
Okay, and then you go to college. You have a job during college. Or?
I worked at the Comedy Underground in Seattle, which is closed now, sadly.
Okay,
but yeah, I worked the door there. Pretty much right out.
21.
I had a fake ID actually. I got a fake ID so I could work the door, and I would like. Yeah, I was like 19, I think. I started working there, and then I would get drinks there. And then when I turned 21, I showed up with my real ID, and I was like, "Gotcha."
So, did you have your real name on the fake ID?
Yeah.
Dang,
because that's like, if it's not your real name, it's like a huge crime.
Oh, that's what you were worried about with the fake ID? You were like, listen, if I get caught,
I don't want the FBI on my ass for buying a 6-pack or whatever the fuck.
So you were working there, and then you just had to be like, by the way, my name's Willie Simon, and not Pedro. like what?
Yeah.
That's
I
crazy.
got the real name. I remember looking up a place in Florida that I knew that no one was living. I was like so paranoid for some reason. I like found like an abandoned house in Florida, and I was like, okay, this is the address. That's all I know. No one will be living there, so it won't track back to someone who exists.
For
I was
a kid
like
that
so
was
scared.
Up to no good, you were really worried about getting caught.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why. I thought for sure it would be like, you're going to get fucking caught for identity theft. Just go to fucking...
What's it like working in a comedy club when you're underage? This is the first time in your life experiencing stuff like that.
It was pretty fucking grimy. That place was gross. The Comedy Underground was gross. I'm not shocked it's closed.
Yeah.
It's one of those places where it's like...
Gross, like
people,
rats and cockroaches, or what?
There was rats. I didn't see any cockroaches, but also just the people... Just the grossest people you've ever fucking met in your life. People would like steal all the time from the fucking like the ticket thing. Like all the managers would steal. The head chef, I remember it was like my first day. He like brought me into his office. He's like, "Hey, come here." And I go down to his office and he pours these 2 big lines of Coke. And I was like, "Holy fuck! Like I'm not fucking doing this shit." And
I'm 19.
I'm like a kid. Yeah. I'm like, oh my god. And he pours these 2 lines, like these huge fucking things, and he does them both. And he's like, "Get the fuck out of here." Chef John, dude. That was awesome.
Dude, that guy, that was your best boss ever, I bet.
Dude, that guy ripped.
Yeah, literally. That guy's just ripping lines.
He looked like he was 75. He was probably like 30. There's no way that guy was. He was born like 89. He looked like he was fucking about to die.
That's so funny. You ever talk to that guy?
No. I lost touch with those guys a long time ago.
Yeah, they went out of business with the club.
Yeah. He's probably in Thailand or something like that. Fucking
so
off the grid.
Yeah. But it's for the culture.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You're 19. Your boss is doing blow. You're working at a comedy club in Seattle. What are you trying to? What's your mindset as far as like what are you trying to get out of it?
I guess start headlining. Like the same thing as out here, but like sometimes I'd be featuring, like they'd let me feature like once or twice, just doing guest spots, and just getting any time at all that you can get.
Is there like a lot of comics that work this club or in that scene? Like, what's that scene like?
This was it was pretty indie. It was like pretty like alty, Seattle in like 2016?
Sure. A lot of Macklemore being played.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Yeah, those peak Macklemore, dude. Fucking Pawn Shop, or what was that? Thrift Shop?
Thrift Shop.
Yeah.
Pawn Shop.
Pawn Shop, the Sublime song.
Yeah.
Way cool.
Yeah. Sure.
In the worst way. But, it was like a lot of like really alty stuff. So like that was the only like club that you could really hang out with and like see like club comics. So like touring headliners would come through there, and it was like go down there, watch them, try to learn as much as you can from like the guys who were headlining.
And you're still in school doing this?
Yeah.
Do your friends know that you're like doing comedy and like?
Yeah.
What's that like?
If they disapprove,
college?
they didn't say anything. You know what I mean? That's fucking. I'm like, this guy sucks. I remember my freshman year. It was like the first week of school. This is the biggest mistake of my life. I'm like hanging out with a big group of people, and I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go do this open mic. Who wants to come? Like, you guys want to come? And I bring like 25 college freshmen to this open mic, and I bomb my fucking ass off for like all these new people. Like
what's the deal with frats?
No laughs, dude. Like nothing at all. This place called Jai Thai, and yeah, dude. A lot of those people were like, fucking okay, dude.
Why
Have
is
fun
it
doing that.
every time a comedian bombs, it's never like the name of the place is never normal.
Yeah.
It's always what was it called?
Jai Thai.
Jai Thai.
It was a Thai restaurant.
Yeah. Yeah, I bombed at Asia Grill in Lincoln, Rhode Island.
Dude, if you're not bombing at Asian restaurants when you're starting out, you're not a fucking real guy, dude.
But it's funny because you bomb at these places, but the name is always so unique. You're like, I'll never forget it.
Yeah. There was like these fucking rainbow like streamers in the back in front of this like big like dragon, which seemed like Chinese more than Thai.
Yeah.
I don't really get that.
Yeah.
But
Let's talk about stealing culture.
yeah, exactly. Dude. And fucking we'd have to hang out like all the underage comics. There was like me, this guy Eric Lundquist, and Jerry Todd were all underage, and so we'd all hang out in the restaurant itself and then go in and then leave right after. So yeah, there was like a small group of kids who were doing it underage in Seattle, which was pretty cool.
And then you graduate from college, and did you come down here to LA immediately, or what was that?
I moved back to Hawaii for like 6 months or something like that.
And what was that plan? What you were like, I just got to go somewhere until I figure it out?
Yeah, because I didn't really know what the next step was. I knew I didn't like Seattle, and so I was like, I got to get out of here, so I'm going to go back home. I started bartending at the at Morimoto, that Japanese restaurant.
Oh, okay.
The Iron Chef one.
Yeah.
And that was pretty sick.
Yeah.
I like.
What's your favorite part about bartending?
Oh, dude. I had the day shift. It was the greatest fucking gig. I think about it sometimes. Like, why do I fucking like? I mean, this is great. I'm happy with where my life is and everything. Like, I'm fucking like I have an awesome career. I have an awesome life.
You're on like one of the biggest social media platforms right now. You're touring, headlining, and you're like, man, I miss the day shift as a bartender.
Dude, you would too. It was fucking. You'd make like $500, $600 a day. When the sun set, you were done with your shift pretty much, and you'd watch the sunset, and there'd be like fucking. There's an open bar, or like the wall was open in the back, right?
Okay.
And so you could see the sunset as you're like pouring drinks for people right on the beach. Birds chirping. It's fucking this like really nice like resort. Exactly at an Andaz, funny enough. And I remember just watching the sunset, listening to music, pouring people drinks. I was like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. This is hell.
That's
Man, I'm gonna throw my whole life away. Like people work their entire lives to maybe get to do this.
Yeah.
I'm like,
there's two people that can do that job. People like you, and then people that are on the run from the law.
Yeah,
Those
exactly.
are the only people that are doing day shift bartending.
yeah. People who haven't seen their kids in fucking 10 years.
Yeah. I can't believe you wanted to leave that job. What are daytime drinkers like in Hawaii?
At that place, it was like a really nice resort, so people would come in like on vacation and like day drink. So it was like a mixed bag of people. We had like the King of Nambia show up one time.
King of Nambia?
Yeah, it was fucking crazy.
What was he drinking?
I think it was just beer. He was a pretty humble guy.
yeah. Better have been Budweiser.
Pretty cool guy, actually. Yeah. I remember the CAA agent came in one time before I knew what like an agency, like any of the big agencies were. And he's like, yeah, like I'm telling him like I want to move to LA and do some stand up out there. And he's like, oh, that's really cool. I work for CAA. And I was like, cool, man. I work for Morimoto. Fuck you. Get the fuck out of my face. He's like, all right. I moved here and I was like, oh, CAA is like a big fucking deal. No idea.
That guy could have changed your life.
Dude, he's like, I'll set you up right when you land. I was like, fucking, you want another $40 whiskey? You fucking asshole.
And then you come out here.
Yeah.
And then are you working while you first move here? Or
I was doing like Instacart. I had some money saved up from bartending back in Hawaii, but
yeah, $600 a day. You better fucking have.
Yeah, but like money goes quick out here, so it's like fucking like I had like a month or two where I was still living off that, and then I started doing like Instacart, where you're just like dropping off groceries to fucking rich people.
Yeah,
yeah. That was pretty fun.
Mind-numbing. Did you have any weird deliveries? Anybody show up, open the door in their boxers, like?
Not really. It was mostly people like fucking don't even look at me in the eyes when you show up, like because they're ashamed too that they're ordering groceries. They know they're pieces of shit. They're like fucking. The door's like fucking triple bolted.
They just paid you to bring over their Greek yogurt.
Dude, yeah. Sometimes it'd be like just go grab fucking like medicine for people. Like go, I need like Tylenol and Plan B. And then you go drop off fucking Tylenol and Plan B.
I was gonna say any weird orders of like I need 2 black gloves, a ski mask, a crowbar.
It was like alcohol was the one where you'd actually see people, but they were always like, no one was ever naked, fortunately,
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd rather that, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're Instacarting, and are you just doing that till you get picked up at the clubs here?
Pretty much, yeah. I was just doing that, and then...
Because you worked at both the Comedy Store and the Improv.
Yeah. I started at the Improv like 23, I think. So I was doing that for about like a year and a half, the Instacart thing, before I got hired at the Improv. And then... did like sound over there and shit.
So you've worked at 3 different comedy clubs.
Yeah. Over the years.
Is there a big difference between any of them? Are they all kind of the same? Like,
I guess the grossest one was the Underground. But the Comedy Store's a close second. Comedy Store is fucking vile. But the Improv's gross too. Comedy clubs are disgusting places to work. Dude. No matter where you are, really, they're all fucking gross. They're all bad in their own way.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah. I have story. I don't want to tell the stories about the Improv because they're still in business, and this is, and I live in LA.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's some fucking nasty shit.
Where do you think you grew the most?
I'd say probably the store at this point. Yeah.
Do you think there's a reason why it was that club rather than the other two?
I think it's just like the history of that place and like what it means to be able to get up on those stages. You just have to perform at a higher level. You have to step it up. And so it's like, with the Improv, I learned a lot, like, because you did the cold open thing there also, like kind of how they do it at the store also. And it's like, you learn a lot. You learn how to get at a good pace doing the colds. But something about the store's energy, you're like, I have to be bigger. Like, I have to rise to this occasion.
Yeah.
Rather than at the Improv, you can kind of like let people come to you a little more.
Interesting.
Or at the store, it's like, okay, I got to be this guy. I got to be this big comic, or else they're going to see right through me, and I'm going to look like a fucking idiot.
Yeah. And now, so you're past at all these clubs. You're touring around, and you're working for Almost Friday, which we were talking about the other night, is turned into, it's like kind of a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Writing like that. And what's that like? What's it like when you put writing into a job like that? Where before, when you're just doing stand-up, you're writing a joke, you're trying it out, whatever. There's no deadline.
Yeah.
What's it like to have that? You have to go in and you have to pump out some sketches and take us through that.
I feel like I was already kind of doing that. Now I can just get groceries. It's really like not that much of a difference. It's like, it's cool because it's like collaborative. So it's like if I'm stuck on a thing, if like in stand-up you're stuck on a thing, you're like, well, fucking figure it out. You know? There's really you can bounce ideas off people, but it's like, at the end of the day, it's only you. With sketch stuff, it's cool because it's like, hey, I don't really know what to go with here. And then someone's like, what about this? And what about this? And you can kind of work together to like create a thing instead of like, because like some comics you can like borrow tags from your friends, but that also kind of feels cheap sometimes. Like,
sure,
if you find like you're going through your set and everything you're saying is something someone else said, you're like, what the fuck am I doing here?
You're just a puppet at that point.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you have any sketches you wrote that didn't get made that you think are really funny?
Not really. Everything that we've done so far, has been made. So it's like, there's one, I had an idea for one, we still might make this season. It's like a World War II memorial thing where it's like courage, honor, making the Germans surrender, or asking the Germans to surrender and promising we won't kill them and kill them anyway. But for the most part, everything gets made. It's like, because you don't go into a sketch fully until it's greenlit, like the idea.
Okay.
So like we kind of pitch ideas, and then we decide which ones we like, and then once the idea is greenlit, then we write the whole thing.
Okay.
But it's like, so we're not wasting a lot of time doing that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So it's like you're not writing a full sketch, and then you're like, hey, I finished this sketch, and then they read it and like, this sucks. No.
Yeah. So
it's like it saves some time like that, which I appreciate. But it's it's nice to have, I don't know, not to have to go all in on a thing without.
Do you think it's different writing stand-up jokes than sketches? And if so, like why? If not, where are the similarities? Because to me, it seems different.
It's very different, yeah.
So what's the differences?
The difference is like, with stand-up, you can like, the raw idea can just be funny because it's conversational. With a sketch, you have to create a world around it and like have dialogue and have these people kind of that are in the sketch at least sort of grounded in a reality that you can tap into. Whereas like stand-up, it all kind of lives in the same world, where it's like, this is my perspective. I'm just kind of talking about what I think is funny. With a sketch, it's like, okay, why is this character here? If this character isn't being funny, what's he existing for?
Okay.
And so it's like cutting like that kind of fat. Making sure that all the characters are solid. The through line of the bit can be a little more, I guess, bigger too. Like you can create like if we did one where it was like I was a castaway on an island and I had to send nuclear codes to a Navy base, and it's like that's something that you can't do in stand-up. You can't be like, so I was on a deserted island. And I had to send like it just doesn't work in the stand-up route,
Right.
What I mean? So it's like you can explore a lot more ideas and really expand on them in a cool way, which I like.
That's cool.
Yeah,
I like that. Now you obviously headline your own shows now, and you're doing great. But you also still open for some really big names. Who do you think your favorite person is that you open for?
I love opening for Maron.
Maron.
Open for Mark Maron. Yeah. Just because his crowds are really. Really smart. They're like a lot of like doctors and lawyers and shit, So it's like I feel like those people. I think like for the most part, comedy to understand humor, you have to be in a certain baseline of intelligence.
Sure.
There is like you have to understand an idea completely to like laugh at it.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's like I found that smarter crowds are better crowds.
Interesting.
Yeah. Like when I go to like DC, I have a great time in DC because it's like a lot of people who work for the government.
Where are the dumb crowds?
The dumb crowds? Don't make me.
Yeah, no. Dude, you want to bring up
Oklahoma. I hate going to Oklahoma. Yeah, a lot of that. Hawaii has a kind of mixed bag of crowds too. Like some of them are kind of like, people just kind of laid back and chilling. They don't really like want to think about an abstract idea too much. So like,
I get it.
Like, when does the guy get hurt?
Yeah.
That's kind of the
When does
baseline.
fatty fall?
Yeah.
I get it. Fucking Mark Twain went to where I grew up once to give like a speech, like, and he was like, "These are the least funny people in the world." And there's just some places where people don't get comedy, man.
Yeah.
Have you ever had like an audience member like get upset for something you said, or?
Yeah, for sure. I remember once, this is kind of me getting upset, but I had, I was in college, my friend from high school had just committed suicide, and I just found out I'm about to go up at this open mic, and I was like, I'm gonna fucking do it's gonna be my Tig Notaro cancer moment, you know? Remember that when she like found out she had breast cancer, and she has this beautiful fucking hour-long thing about the impermanence of life and fucking cherishing all the time you have. So I get up and I'm thinking I'm gonna do this. I'm like 19, 20, and I'm like, my friend just died, and I like, I don't really know what that means. Like, he was so young, and it just really makes you realize the people in your life are only here for a moment, and you gotta cherish them while they're here. And then a fork hits me in the chest. And this guy's like, "Be funny." And I was like, I did not handle it well. I was like, "Fuck you, dude." I took the mic, I threw it at him, and I got banned. He looked like Beans from Even Steven. I'll never forget that. Fuck that guy.
I think it's so funny. Like, you're already having a bad day, and then you get banned from an open mic. That's so crazy. I know you got a spot here in a little bit, so we got to wrap this up. What do you think you're most proud of since you started comedy? Because this has been your life since you were in high school. You know what I mean? And like, man, like I said, I remember sitting with you 9 years ago in that fucking studio in Burbank doing that podcast, and we were both nobodies and doing nothing. And we're 9 years later, and you've made so many strides, man. I truly so proud.
Love you. Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
What do you think, when you look back on it, what was like your happiest thing? What was the thing you were?
It's really just being able to make a living doing something creative, because it's like, for a long time, it is. It's a struggle. It's a fucking, you're beating your fucking head against a wall for as long as as long as you can take it, really. Because it's like fucking, you don't know if you'll ever make any money. You don't know if you'll ever see the light of day. It's just because you fucking love doing it. And so it's like, now getting to, enjoy life a little more. Like, I can go on a trip or something like that. I can fucking, like, not stress about buying groceries, or like fucking, I can go out to eat, like fucking like shit like that, where it's like, I can't believe I'm doing that just off something creative. It's like, it is absolutely crazy. And also, seeing my name on the wall at the Comedy Store is the coolest fucking thing in the world.
I don't think there's anything better in comedy, brother. You know what I mean? I don't care what lights your name gets put on, like that permanent white paint on that black wall over there. It just does something to you, man.
Yeah, for real, dude. Like, just pulling into the store and seeing it, it's like, all right, you left a little bit of a mark, Let's hope it gets so the mark gets a little bigger, but it's
You also got passed after under 2 years there, right?
Yeah, about a year.
You're like one of the only people to ever do that.
Yeah, I got lucky. It was good, I think I was doing good work, but it was also like, it's not lost.
I mean,
on me,
you're clearly doing good work. That's the testament is you were doing so good you didn't have to wait that 2 years, man.
Yeah.
Well, I know you got to go do a set over there right now, dude. So thank you so much for coming out.
Thanks for having me.
We're very proud of you. Do you want the listeners to tune into anything? You got anything you want to plug?
If you're in Manteca, California, on March 23rd and 24th, I'm going to be there at Def Puppy Comedy Club, and Dallas Comedy Club on April 16th, 17th, I think. So tickets will be at in my Instagram bio. I got to get a website.
Yeah.
So if you're not on Instagram, get on Instagram and then go look at the fucking. But if not, DallasComedyClub.com and DefPuppyComedyClub.com.
And we will post all these links and his Instagram in the bio to this episode. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for coming out, brother.
Thanks for having me, man.
Appreciate you.
Love you.